This is the iPhone 8. Well, at least it's the closest confirmation we have on the iPhone 8, or whatever it will be called. The latest set of leaks don't come from an analyst or an anonymous source. No, these come directly from Apple, and they tell us quite a lot about this upcoming phone. So Apple released the firmware for the HomePod, which isn't supposed to be out until later this year, but from this firmware we have learned quite a lot. The HomePod is running a full iOS stack, so it has all the same underlying code. And from that, we can actually see details for products that have nothing to do with the HomePod. Thanks to developers like Stephen Troughton-Smith who have dug into the code, many of the rumored features have been more or less confirmed. First off, this glyph. This shows off the front of this new iPhone and it's codenamed D22. From this, we see the new iPhone will in fact have an edge-to-edge display, with a cutout at the top for the camera and other sensors. The big news though is the new facial recognition system. There are multiple references to face detect within the biometric kit framework, which is currently used just for Touch ID. The references show different states, like a face being detected, being too close, multiple faces, and many different options. There are also other references to infrared capture going along with the rumored IR sensors in the top cutout of the phone. This would allow for the face scanning to work in more situations, like in the dark, and these features are codenamed Pearl. That's not all though. With the notch at the top of the screen for the face detect sensors, there's also references to an updated status bar. Today, the status bar doesn't really change much, it just shows your network, your battery, and other system features, but there are references in the code to a split status bar, so the information would be on either side of the screen. However, there may be other uses for it. There are also references to features like tap to wake, which is a feature many Android phones have. Also, replacing the typical home button at the bottom may be an on-screen function area that would house a virtual home indicator. This function area has also been rumored to be a space where other typical iOS controls can live. Also, there are references to ARKit being used with the front-facing camera with depth sensing features. And finally is Touch ID. There is no indication that an under-display Touch ID sensor will be used. This was a rumor that Touch ID will be embedded into the screen itself, but Apple seems to have had issues with that. It now seems that the new facial recognition system will be used instead. The question is though, will Touch ID be omitted altogether like some reports have stated, or be used in some other place? But that is what we have learned from these latest leaks, and new information is still being discovered. We still expect the official announcement to be in the September timeframe. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to subscribe and visit MacRumors.com for more information. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I'm Mac, it's also MacRumors, and I'll see you next time.